We think we've got our planet all figured out, right? We see the maps of the continents, the oceans, the cities. But what if I told you that map you're picturing is just the cover of the book? That underneath it all, there's a world of boiling rivers, continents we didn't even know existed, and places that just shouldn't be real. So let's peel back that cover and dive into some of Earth's most unbelievable secrets.
Okay, let's just jump right in with the question. Picture a river in your head. What do you see? Probably cool, maybe refreshing water, right? Well, what if I told you there's a river deep in the Amazon that's so hot it could literally cook you alive?
Yeah, I know. It sounds like something out of a myth, doesn't it? But it is 100% real. And believe me, a 4-mile-long river that boils is, well, it's just the tip of the iceberg. This is just where our journey begins. All right, first up, we're heading to the planet's most savage extremes. We're talking about places so intense, they feel like they're pushing the very rules of nature right to the edge. So back to that river, get this. The water hits 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That is just shy of boiling. I mean, it's hot enough to brew a cup of tea instantly or, do something a whole lot worse. This place is called the Shanay Tempishka in Peru. For almost 4 miles, it's a total death trap. Any poor animal that falls in, it's cooked, instantly. But here's the really weird part, the mystery of it all. The closest volcano is over 400 miles away, so where's all that heat coming from? Well, it turns out the source is a system of deep geothermal springs. It's like a direct pipeline to the insane heat churning just under our feet. Okay, now let's do a complete 180. From boiling hot to mind-numbingly cold. Can you even imagine a cold that hits negative 76 degrees Fahrenheit? And no, we're not talking about some research station in Antarctica. People actually live here, year-round. Welcome to Oymyakon, Russia. This is it. The coldest permanently inhabited place on the entire planet. Life here isn't just life, it's a constant fight. The cold is so brutal that if you turn your car off, the engine will freeze solid. You have to leave it running 24/7. It's a place where just breathing the air feels totally alien. So for our last stop in the world of extremes, we're looking at something that wasn't created by nature, but by, well, a pretty big human mistake. This is the Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan, and it's got the perfect nickname, the Door to Hell. See, back in 1971, some engineers found a leaking pocket of natural gas. They thought, hey, let's just light it on fire, it'll burn out in a few days. Well, it's been over 50 years, and that 70-meter-wide pit of fire is still burning. So these places, the boiling river, the frozen town, the Door to Hell, they're wild, right? But they're all right there on the surface. Now, we're going to go deeper. We're about to uncover entire worlds hidden within our own and deal with sizes and scales so huge, they'll make you rethink everything you know about this planet. Okay, pop quiz. How many continents are there? 7, right? That's what we all learned in school. But what if there's an 8th? Meet Zealandia. It's a massive piece of land, twice the size of India. But here's the catch. 94% of it is underwater, hidden beneath the Pacific Ocean. And get this, it was only officially recognized as a continent in 2017. How crazy is that? A whole continent hiding in plain sight. Stuff like that just messes with your sense of scale, Like we think of planets as these giant things out in space. But the country of Russia is bigger than the dwarf planet Pluto. I'm serious. The entire surface area of Pluto is smaller than Russia. You could plop Pluto down inside of Russia and still have room left over.
Want another one that'll break your brain? The continent of Australia is wider than the moon. Just let that sink in. A piece of land on our planet is wider than that giant rock we see in the sky every night. That's just wild.
And these hidden worlds are everywhere once you start looking. For instance, did you know there's a river under the ocean? Yeah, in the Black Sea, a river of super salty water flows on the seabed with its own riverbanks and everything. If it were on land, it'd be the 6th largest river in the world. Or how about a cave in Vietnam that's so big it has its own weather system inside, complete with clouds? And then there's Lake Baikal in Siberia, just one lake. It holds 20% of all the planet's fresh water. 20% in one spot.
So you had this planet full of extremes and hidden giants. How do we, as people, actually live on it? Well, that brings us to our next part, the truly bizarre and amazing ways we've built our lives around Earth's weirdest quirks.
Think about your daily commute. Maybe you drive across town or take a train to the next city over. Pretty standard stuff? Now imagine your commute involved crossing from one continent to another every single day.
Well, that's just a normal day in Istanbul, Turkey. The city literally sits on 2 continents. So you could, say, have your breakfast in Europe, hop on a ferry, and eat your lunch in Asia, all within the same city. For thousands of people there, a commute across continents is just another Tuesday.
And then you have the complete opposite of a city that spans 2 continents. You have a town with a population of 1. This is Elsie Aller. She lives in Minoe, Nebraska. And she is the only one. She's the mayor, she's the librarian, she's the bartender at the town's only tavern. She literally pays taxes to herself. She is a one-woman town.
Let's talk about population for a second, because it gets weird. Take Canada. It's the second biggest country in the world, by area, just this massive expanse of land. But its entire population is basically the same as the state of California. The whole country of Canada has about the same number of people as one U.S. state. It's a perfect example of just how strangely we're all spread out across this planet.
So, what's the takeaway from all this? I think it's that our planet is just so much weirder and more amazing than we give it credit for. We've got boiling rivers, lost continents, towns with one person. It's clear that the world we think we know is just the surface layer, and we've barely even started to dig.
It really makes you wonder, right? I mean, if a whole continent can hide under the ocean for centuries, and a river can literally boil itself in the jungle, what else is out there? What other mind-blowing secrets is our planet hiding, just waiting to be found?